I work in a fiscal sponsorship program at an organization called Fractured Atlas. And if words like unrelated business taxable income, 990, rectal exams, 1023s, if this is freaking you out, maybe 501c3 status isn't exactly right for you. If you have questions about whether 501c3 status is appropriate, you should speak to an attorney or to an accountant. I'm sure Thea or Howie would love to talk to you about it. Or even volunteer lawyers for the arts. There is an organization in New York that will help you go through the process. There's a bit of a wait list, but they are very affordable because otherwise the process can be very expensive. But if all of this sounds like this may not be what you need, or you need something for one project, or you don't want a board, because once you have a board involved, they're going to be telling you how to call the shots. So if you want to maintain 100% control of your project, look at fiscal sponsorship, because you will be in charge of your project. Your fiscal sponsor will not own the rights to your work. In the arts, some fiscal sponsors outside of the arts may, but in the arts, you'll maintain the ownership of your work. And if you have a fiscal sponsor, though, you will, like a nonprofit, you won't have private equity or investments, so there won't be somebody privately benefiting from your work. But the point of having a fiscal sponsor is to raise funds to support the work that you're creating, as well as work in the future. So you can continuously raise funds for your production company, for example, or for one film at a time. So frequently we have projects who they get their whole LLC covered, and that's fine. You can have whatever type of business entity is right for you, LLC, S Corp, whatever, sole proprietorship even, and we'll fiscally sponsor that. But one thing that's really important to keep in mind with the fiscal sponsor, and as she was saying, we're all different types of models, so you should shop around and see who's right for you. But one thing that's important to keep in mind is that the funds will be taxable income for you, because a fiscal sponsor cannot make you tax exempt. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that you'll still be reporting the money that you receive from donations and grants as income on your taxes. But again, you'll have access to individual contributions that are tax deductible for your donors.
Does that mean you send a 1099 to the individual at the end of the
And
year?
this is a conversation fiscal sponsors have often, because we all do it a little differently. Fractured Atlas sends a 1099 to all of our artists who received funds in a calendar year. So not sure what model you guys use, or if you 1099. So we 1099 and you will 1099 your vendors. We don't 1099 your vendors. So you're running your business. You are going to be 1099 people. You're going to pay an accountant probably to keep your books for you. But you don't have to worry about all the nonprofit stuff that's going on the other end of the table. So we take care of that for you.
And I'm curious, at what threshold does your percentages kick in? I mean, how much money do the guys get? I want 100,000, I want 200,000.
Right.
How do you work out your take of that money that we're
It's different. In the arts, fiscal sponsorship fees range between 5% and 10% in general. Fractured Atlas is 6%. We don't offer any tiers. It's just 6% regardless of what you raise. What do you guys charge?
We charge 5.
They charge 5. So just look at what's offered. Like Fractured Atlas, we have a partnership with Indiegogo. So you can set up a campaign on Indiegogo. The funds come through the Indiegogo website to Fractured Atlas. They're tax deductible for your donors. We also have it set up so that the non-deductible portion of the perks you're offering people is displayed, so they get the correct receipt, because obviously reporting if they got goods and services is really important for us. So that was part of our partnership, was integrating our websites to have that capability. We also have 24-hour online access to your donation history. You can request your funds online. You can have them electronically transferred to your fund. So look at what your fiscal sponsor's offering for their